So here is a Mike Trout customized bee suit or hornet suit for protecting against hornets and possibly snakes too. So there's a number of different parts to it, and I've actually laid them out in order you put them on. So the first part you put on is the most expensive. It's handmade, basically protective insert. Now this protective insert basically has like an 8mm cone padding. It looks like chain. You can actually spray this silver and look like you're wearing chainmail, right? And basically how this suit works is the hornet cannot sting you through this because it can't reach you, and possibly a snake too, depending on the size of the snake when it bites into you. The second part of the suit is an internal liner, and ultimately what this does is it basically creates some additional padding. It's very thin. Now I wear just these two together, okay? The thing is, if you are going to be running through trees or working under a house, you're probably going to need to wear some overalls. Otherwise, this stuff here is going to basically tear. So this is optional. But what's good about this is if you put this on, then you can put your gloves on. Now what you're dealing with gloves here is you're actually dealing with double layer. You have a leather gloves on here, and then you have a rubber glove on here. Now again, this internal is optional, depending on if you need to use your hands more. This is waterproof. I wear these gloves with nothing on it, okay, and I have been stung once. I felt being stung once. So ideally, for the ultimate protection, you probably want to wear this. And the only time I got stung was when I gripped it and it got to be able to push through. So it can push through this, but with this additional leather in here, it won't be able to sting you. Again, a snake biting on you here, I doubt a snake can pierce through here. Hasn't been tested, but I just doubt. And then finally, here's your overalls that can go over it. The other thing too is you're going to put this, the reason why I recommend wearing this is your headgear is going to go on this first. So this part here is actually going to be underneath this part here. And you can have a hood up under here, have the head, put the hood up and put the gear on for ultimate protection. And ultimately this can slide down, put a hard hat on and slide it up over it. Or put this on the hard hat and come on. You need to check this netting each time if you're dealing with lots of hornets and like in a hornet swarm. Ideally too, let me show you this. This is a customized visor that I made. And this you can buy. I don't know if you get this in the States or not. And ultimately this I made just from using a melting tool to melt out and removing, because the visor they had with it wasn't very clear. So this is a lot more clear, and there's different colors you can do. So ideally you want to wear this under your helmet or under your hat, and you can wear your hat over this. So the netting, this would go under the net would come over this, over your ball cap, if you have your ball cap on. But ideally if you have a ball cap, you do need to put some padding underneath the ball cap, a towel or something under that to create the padding so they can't get all the way through. Or if they do sting, they can't get all the way through to you on it. But this keeps basically the hornet off your face. You don't really need this. This is optional. I'm not saying this is only if you're going to be like in a hornet swarm. You really need this. If you're just going under the ground or something, this is all you need. Wear your hard hat, because then if you're knocking your head or something, this works out good. My name is Mike Trout. This is the suit that I customized for my film crew that spent 2 months filming the last Hornet show that I was involved in, called Game of Drones. No one got stung. I've worn this suit all the time, and this is the coolest and most comfortable suit that you can wear. The other suits are hot and sweatier. This suit really breathes. You have the layers of clothes. You know, you have minimal layers, and they're all breathe really well. So this suit here basically is, this setup here is $400. The biggest expense is really what you're paying for, is the customized inner lining. Now, $400 may sound a lot, but if you start looking for Hornet suits, like the plastic one that I have advertised on my website is like $650 for that one there. And if you want the one that my teacher wears, Tokunaga, you're going to spend $1,800. And basically his suit is this, and then it has a customizable exterior with customizable gloves. These are basically gloves that I put together from the store, stuff I bought from the store, and this is really the only the big expense item here, for it. And in his suit, you get also the helmet and everything else. But from my experience, being face to face with these giant Asian hornets, this is all you require. The big thing is making sure that the helmet, the hard hat that you're wearing, you have that on, and you have this on. Now, things that you want to do is, number one is, when you put these gloves, and you see the order, so basically this goes on these gloves, you're going to tape, basically this is going to be on the outside of your suit, and you're going to tape some duct tape. Not on this one because it will rip this, but on the outside you're going to put a line of duct tape around each hand. Okay? Again, thing here, looking at this here, is you're going to want to put a line of duct tape around the top here. Okay? Just to ensure nothing get in. And understand the bottom part is going to be in here. This is going to be on the outside. So there's going to be no seam here. This is actually, all this part here is actually going to be underneath your clothes. So there's no way a Hornet can get up under into it. Until you get some practice, you may need two people to help you into the suit. All right, so putting on the suit. I'm going to show you how I would put on the suit. Ultimately, this piece goes on first, and it has some ties on there. Ideally, you'll see it's kind of shallow, so you want to be wearing some long boots, Wellington boots, that's going to basically cover over this. Again, you can see that there's some length here, and this is why you got to have the long gloves like I have here, in order to ensure that this part here is tucked up under your gloves. A nice zipper here if you need to go to the toilet, so at least you have access to it. So this is the protective body armor part. Ideally, we're going to be making these, and I'll be making these with a longer sleeve that comes all the way down to your wrist on it. Okay, so once you get this on, now this is really baggy, and it's supposed to be baggy because, again, you want to trap air in there. Put this on here. Okay. And ultimately, you have a hood here. So what this hood is doing is giving you protection to the back. As you can see, it's really baggy. You can see the length is really good on this. This is 3L size in Japan. Ideally, here's the point where you put on your gloves, or actually let's put on this thing here. Now, I've never used this, so I'm going to see how this is going to work. Hold on. This is where you need two people. You have to make sure that this is down. Now they have it where you can actually tighten this in to here, okay? I would make sure that this is basically tied down. And then finally, with your overalls here, gloves first. You want to put your gloves on before you put on your overalls. Now, this is a double padded leather. Because the two gloves is kind of tight. As you can see here, it reaches to where that is on there. Okay. Right, so I have this on, and then finally, you're going to put this final suit on top. Again, it's kind of tricky getting it on. Now, ultimately, if you are wearing this, you're going to have to tape your arm here, okay? And tape your arm here. And ensure, and this is why you need two people, ensure that this is under. Okay, I'm good to go. All I'm missing is the tape, the duct tape. See, this is open. The last thing you want is for a hornet to crawl up your suit here. So you're gonna basically, I could do this all, as you can see, put on myself, put on my boots. Ideally, you wanna wear cowboy boots or something that have a high length, and you're pretty much to go. This is it. You're ready to go and fight hornets. I'm already hot. I mean, this is going to be hot.